Going to be quite a wild ride, no doubt about it.
87 laps ahead of us. It's lights out and away we go. Russell does get away well, as does Max Verstappen, and Valtteri Bottas has got his teammate right alongside him already. Sergio Perez is trying to challenge as George Russell goes into the first turn, and George Russell takes the lead of the Sakhir Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas is second and gets all out of shape coming out of turn 2. That's going to give Perez and Verstappen all the impetus they need. As his 3 cars go wheel to wheel, there's a spin right at the back. Could be Kimi Räikkönen in the Alfa Romeo. Lock up there as Perez is caught by Charles Leclerc, and his 3 cars gone off at turn 4. And we've already got high drama here on the opening lap, and it's Max Verstappen, who was the 3rd of those cars. He is out of the race on the first lap.
George Russell taking the lead, and 2 really fancied runners this evening in the barriers together there. I mean, oh, Max, yeah, Max was completely intact for his car.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything there.
We are going into lap 7 of this Sakhir Grand Prix, and it's George Russell then leading the way from Bottas, from Sainz, and Sainz looks to have got a very nice safety car restart, and he's putting Bottas under all sorts of pressure going into turn 1. It's side by side, McLaren and Mercedes. Inside line goes to Sainz, and Carlos Sainz takes 2nd place, but has to go off the track in doing so. That allows Valtteri Bottas to reclaim that 2nd place. George Russell already flying out in front. So Alex Albon is right on the back now of Lando Norris, and he might be sizing up a move to go round the outside and then pinch the inside line at turn 5. Norris tries to cover it off. Alex Albon, that is what he can do in Formula 1. Swoops past Lando Norris.
Good moves all around.
Oh, here comes Sergio Perez again. He got past Lando Norris on the last lap, fancies Alex Albon on this particular lap. You wouldn't think there's much space there, but Perez manages to squeeze a Formula 1 car through it. Well done, Alex Albon, for leaving just enough room, making it difficult, but Perez is past. You can see Lando Norris in the distance as Esteban Ocon goes round the outside of Lance Stroll, now gets the inside line of turn 5, and Stroll couldn't keep Ocon at bay.
Lovely clean run into his pit box.
And he's remembered which one, and it's the hard tyres that are going on, which maybe shouldn't be a surprise. In comes Valtteri Bottas then. George Russell just making his way around the final 2 corners.
Exactly the same tyres going on Bottas's car as was put on George Russell's car.
Ah, there is Nicholas Latifi by the side of the track, so that's the exit of turn 8. Here we go, virtual safety car.
Yeah, there it is. VSC.
Vettel coming in as well.
Yeah, it's a cheap pit stop because your rivals, Ferrari, well, not for the first time. Oh, and then that could be an unsafe release, but he's moved over and given him some space. But
and interestingly, Ted, virtual safety cars ended. Carlos Sainz has come in for a pit stop.
It's just too late for Carlos Sainz because Danny Kvyat, Ricciardo is pitting. And right in front of me, he stops.
And I tell you who it has helped, Sergio Perez. He's going to the end on those hard tyres. He's going to try and get past his teammate if he can. Lock up there by Lance Stroll, and that will certainly help Sergio Perez gets past, and the Racing Points swap places. Here comes Sergio Perez on Esteban Ocon. He overtook his teammate on the last lap. He's got DRS to help him breeze past Esteban Ocon here. There's a front wing lost by Jack Aitken.
We're going to need a safety car then to clear that away, I think. I can't see a gap out there to put a marshal on the track.
I mean, the lucky thing is that is a marshal's post there where Jack Aitken hit the barrier. So there's not far for the marshals to go to get that wing. You're going to need Usain Bolt to do it safely.
Yeah.
Safety car's been deployed.
Yeah, they have to. I can't see a gap. I can't see a gap in the way the cars are distributed around the track. And they're stacked up.
They're double stacking at Mercedes. The front right tyre was slow for George Russell. And for Valtteri Bottas, even more confusion for a crew that are normally very,
they're not
very
happy
adept.
with the left front. They're not happy with his left front.
Well, they double stack. They've reacted really, really quickly, Mercedes, and this is costing Bottas. Oh, his brakes are on fire now as well. They had the wrong compound of tyre on, and that's why they couldn't send him out again. But now those brakes are overheating. Bottas needs to get out and get some air through those brakes to cool them down. He's gone from 2nd to 5th while all that was happening.
Okay, George, we're going to need to box. We have a mixed tyre set on the car.
Oh no, And that's led to the confusion. In double stacking, they brought out 2 sets of tyres.
But basically what's happened is they've got some of Bottas's tyres on, or indeed all of Bottas's tyres on.
Now we get to the restart, because Valtteri Bottas will have seen that, and he will be all over it. But I tell you what, George Russell's got a decent start as well, as now we go racing once more. Sergio Perez leads the Sakhir Grand Prix from Esteban Ocon. They're having a terrific race tonight. Lance Stroll's in third, Valtteri Bottas down the inside, George Russell right behind him. Alex Albon's making a move. There goes George Russell, and Valtteri Bottas goes a little bit wider through turn 4. Russell's now going to have a go at him on this twisty section of the track, the middle section. He's got the inside line at turn 7, and he goes past his teammate. George Russell overtakes Valtteri Bottas. That was committed, it was brave, it was brilliant.
How's that for your first race for Mercedes-Benz? But remembering, of course, that Bottas's tyres are of an unknown vintage. We think they're 21 laps old.
He's trying to break the toe, Lance Stroll. George Russell's made up his mind to go down the inside, late on the brakes, into turn 1. Enough room for Russell to squeeze past and back up into the top 3 once again. He's got the inside line, George Russell, into turn 4. That was an easier move on Esteban Ocon, and he's up now into the top 2. Hold on, Valtteri Bottas is under pressure from Carlos Sainz. Those tyres that are a little bit too old for Valtteri Bottas's liking have cost him again, and Daniel Ricciardo too, because Ricciardo goes past Bottas into the last corner, up into 6, and now Alex Albon fancies having a go at Valtteri Bottas, and those tyres are just falling away from him. Bottas has got DRS, but he can't defend, or can he? Because there's a drag race down the straight, and the Mercedes power unit is really helping, but under braking, Albon goes through.
Looks like a rear left puncture.
That's George Russell's chance of a podium absolutely gone now.
We've been denied a thrilling last few laps as well, haven't we?
The man who was in last place at the end of lap 1 comes home to win the Sakhir Grand Prix. Sergio Perez, wow, what a race for him and for Racing Point. Esteban Ocon take a bow, his first podium in Formula 1, and it's the first ever double podium for Racing Point, as well as Lance Stroll takes 3rd place. Racing Point have returned to Bahrain, and boy, tonight did they make a point.
Yes, Checo, P1. Yes!
I'm speechless, guys. Good job, guys.
P2 Esteban. Woo! Fantastic.
Thank you, guys. Woo! Yes!
Okay, George, really sorry about that, mate. Honestly, you had the pace today. But yeah, really sorry for ending up in this situation. But still, points today. And you really showed your strength.
I was taken away from us twice. Honestly. It's been a pleasure, and I've loved it, and honestly, I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted, but we'll get this opportunity again. I hope we get this opportunity again. Thank you.
Well done, mate. You really showed your mettle today. You really showed. Good job.
George, it's James. Notwithstanding the events today, well done. You drove a solid race. Every time you were set back, you fought through. And well done.
George, I'm sorry for that. It was a brilliant drive.
What a season we're having. What a season of Formula 1 we're having.
Lance Stroll takes that 3rd place trophy, a runners-up trophy for Renault and for Esteban Ocon for the first time since the 2010 Australian Grand Prix. Top 2 finish for Renault. And what a race that was then. It could have been George Russell's night. But Mercedes, that well-oiled machine, for once didn't get things right, and there were others to pick up the pieces after Verstappen and Leclerc crashed out. It was Racing Point who took 40 points from this race and strengthened their grip at 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship. But for that man, it's Magnifico, it's Sergio, and the O has gone tonight. He's finally a race winner.